Is an overloaded vagus nerve causing your IBS symptoms? Let's have a closer look. Your stomach feels uncomfortable after lunch, but your brain flags it as a problem, and within minutes you're hyper-focused on your gut. Anxiety starts to creep in, you're already planning where the nearest toilet is. So what caused that escalation from normal digestion to full threat response? That would be your vagus nerve misfiring. The vagus nerve is a long branching nerve. It connects your brain to most of your major organs, including your entire digestive system. About 80% of the fibres in this nerve are sensory, which means they're constantly sending information from your gut up to your brain. Things like, what's happening down here? Is this safe? Does this need attention? And your brain uses that information to decide how to respond. In a well-regulated, calm nervous system, your brain gets accurate information, a bit of gas, some normal movement, food being digested. Your brain processes that as fine, carry on, no action needed. But when your vagus nerve is dysregulated, the messages get amplified. Normal sensations get sent to your brain as warning signals, and your brain responds accordingly by activating your stress response, slowing digestion, increasing gut sensitivity, and putting your whole system on alert. Research shows that chronic stress inhibits vagus nerve function. So when you're under prolonged stress, your sympathetic nervous system, the fight or flight part, stays switched on. That suppresses the vagus nerve's ability to activate the rest and digest response. And over time, this creates a situation where your gut never fully gets the signal that it's safe to relax and function normally. And here's where it gets particularly relevant for IBS. Studies have found that people with IBS often have reduced vagal tone, which is a measure of how well your vagus nerve is functioning. Lower vagal tone is associated with increased inflammation in the gut, altered motility, and significantly important, visceral hypersensitivity. That's the medical term for when your gut becomes overly sensitive to sensations that wouldn't normally cause discomfort. What happens is this: your vagus nerve isn't regulating the pain signals properly, so sensations that should be filtered out as background noise, like your intestines contracting or a small amount of gas, they get transmitted to your brain as pain or threat. Then your brain responds by increasing your gut sensitivity even more, which creates more signals, which creates more threat response. Round it goes. And this is why people with IBS can feel like their gut is always on edge, always reactive, always one meal away from a flare-up. It's not that your gut is fundamentally broken, it's that the communication system between your gut and your brain has become dysregulated, and the vagus nerve sits right at the centre of that dysregulation. Now, the interesting thing is that when researchers stimulate the vagus nerve in studies, they see reductions in abdominal pain, improvements in gut motility, and decreases in inflammation. And that tells us that when this nerve is functioning properly, it has a genuinely calming and regulating effect on the digestive system. So if your gut feels like it's stuck in overdrive, if normal digestion feels uncomfortable, if you're constantly braced for the next symptom, your vagus nerve function might be part of what's keeping that pattern active.